I am Horizon, creative director of real movies, and what the fuck?
The Wardens.
Oh,
Ancient order.
whatever. So I'm sitting here. I've got a drink.
To dust.
Ah, good stuff.
Defend the weak. Masters of the longsword. Their origins.
Again, we have our intro. This is of the Warden. This is the Wardens playing kind of a big part in this particular episode. To be honest, though, I kind of like these trailers. They require minimal effort on my part, but they really help kind of establish the mood. They don't appear in the full-length version of the film, but they certainly are kind of a cool little addition for the episode. I'd be completely lying to you if I didn't say that this is probably one of my favorite episodes of the For Honor series. I absolutely love it. God, the Warden looks badass. Man, did this thing turn out really well, though. I love how it just starts with that build, with that, you know, right before he says, I have questions about the Blackstone Legion. And then that reveal, the treetops and stuff, some stock footage. It's not in the game. That's stock footage. But it works so well. Matching the color was really the tricky part. And then all this stuff had to be redone. The dogs barking in the background had to be amplified. The flies buzzing around those corpses had to be put in. I added a nightingale bird that you can hear in the distance or in the background. Yeah, there's a ton of stuff that goes into these. It's not just simply, oh, you know, throw in some gameplay and you've got yourself, you know, you're done. And it's not like that. It's a lot more goes into it.
I wanted to see for myself.
You know, even deciding what dialogue you should have Apollyon say is completely. You have to just sit there and decide: are people going to be interested in what she's saying right here, or not? I needed a bridge sequence, so it seemed like they actually did some sort of walking. A little time had passed here before we got back to the Warden and Stone.
I trusted him.
Something you want to talk about?
Not yet.
And I think that this all came together really, really well. You know, to get rid of, like in this particular part, you had to figure out how to kind of trick that tutorial to get out of the fucking way. It constantly was getting into, I need another sip of my drink.
Doesn't look too hard.
Everywhere we go, we've abandoned our
Good.
people. What has happened to the Iron Legion?
This is probably, like I said earlier, this is probably one of my favorite episodes I've made. I love this running across the bridge here. And then just laying into him. And the music here was, I don't know how, I can't remember how I found it. I think it was at my actual job, my real work, because this doesn't generate me shit. I was just listening to music on YouTube through my headphones. And they have Wi-Fi at work. Thank God for that. That's fucking awesome. So I can literally just plug my phone in and go to town listening. And I heard this song, and god damn, it was cool. I'm actually just going to shut up for a little bit so you can listen to it.
I need to defeat their commander.
Oh man, this fight was fun. It turned out so well. Tell me that's not badass. Tell me that's not badass. That music is so fucking good, and this game looks just so sexy. Oh, my god, I love it. Looks so fucking cool. The music just... Maybe it was too much. This was the particular scene where I was like, oh, was that music too much? And I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. I liked it. Turned out great. This part here,
They were members of the Iron Legion.
this final cutscene, a lot of little additions were done and changed. I moved a bunch of dialogue around, basically. Just, it's really at the end. So his dialogue is moved forward. It's actually the same dialogue, but moved forward in the cutscene. Nobody's going to notice that. But the reason I move his dialogue forward is to make room for when Apollyon says the warden had questions about some of our methods. That's actually a line from the opening. When you hit the X button before the episode, she'll describe sort of what the mission's about. It makes sense for her to sit there and say the warden, you know, seemed to have questions and all this shit at the beginning, but it seemed to make a lot more sense at the end. And I just fucking realized I have my cell phone on me, and I don't have it turned off. And if that thing fucking goes off while I'm recording this shit... Power off. Thank you. I don't want that accidentally happening. So instead I'll just fucking talk about it in my commentary video. So many takes. Yeah, I have to play this level like 4 or 5 times to get the shit I want. But it's all worth it.
Not like you are.
This episode did turn out that... I mean, a lot of the episodes are really pretty good, to be honest with you. At least in my mind. I mean, I don't like making shit that I don't think is going to be cool. Otherwise, you know, why put it together? Why make it? But I honestly don't like talking on the microphone as much as I like creating. And then seeing some of the responses I might get from comments. Comments are really... Since I don't make any money, comments literally are the fuel that keep me going. That inspire me. That go, okay, yes, what I'm doing is right. People like it. People are enjoying it. You know, even with For Honor, I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I like it a lot. It was a really fun game. Combat, it's hard to play other sword games or any games that have any sort of melee combat at all, because the combat in For Honor is so good. I tried to pick up The Witcher recently too to see, you know, that might make a good game film type thing, and just the combat, you know, it's not nearly as good as For Honor. It's that simple. It's just once you play For Honor and you get that melee combat and you understand it, it's really hard to jump into other games that have swords and shields and shit like that. The music here too, I had to reintroduce the music. It's the same music that's actually there. We added some sound effects, some birds chirping, dogs barking again. All that shit's been added back in.
Gotcha, Blackstone.
That wasn't there kind of before. Little Easter egg too. This isn't something that I did. I didn't put this in here. But you'll see that as she's holding these people hostage, and not now, but she'll say, you know, how can you tell wolves from sheep and all this other shit? You'll actually hear when she says sheep. After she says sheep, you'll hear a wolf howl in the distance. I'll shut up during that part.
Do you know what kind of creature waits for its own slaughter? Sheep. Sheep.
She grew up with all of her family killed, her village destroyed, and it forced her to have to become who she is now. So she thinks that if everybody could have that opportunity, you know, and if you're simply weak and not willing to fight and do so, then you should die.
The warden, I think, had reservations about some.
So that's it for me, guys. Till next time. Thanks, guys.
I would die for this kingdom. take me down. I'll fight for this crown. I would die for this kingdom.